Hi. It's been a while. Yeah, I know. I feel guilty. If you haven't been here before, welcome. This is me. I do videos about renovations. This is my first ever renovation, but if you haven't been here yet, yeah, I'm sorry. It's been like a couple of weeks, months plus that I have posted. That doesn't mean that I haven't taken videos, haven't shot any content. Like, I've just not had time to edit. We've not been in great health. So, let me just get you back up to speed and we'll just reverse a little bit. I'll chop the content into pieces and you just have to get a little bit more content in a shorter space of time, hopefully. But there's so many exciting things happening. So you should just stay tuned, stay on here, really just be patient with me. And if you want to see some live updates, you should go to our social media channels, which is TikTok and Instagram. It's Home by Moorman. Now, before we proceed, it's time to like, subscribe, and comment. That's all you need to do. I mean, just watch and chill and listen to what I'm saying and doing. Yeah, come and give me a like, come and give me a comment, and make sure you come back the next time because I will miss you if you don't. Now you've done that, we can crack on with the real work, which is, ooh, a lot. All right, let's hop into our time machine and rewind a bit. We've had this house since June 2024 and we've been working on it sporadically since August. Because, you know, life happens. This place originally had dodgy windows, walls that felt like cardboard, and actually are, and enough asbestos to make a health inspector cry. We also had some fun, stressful, issues with overhead power cables and structural drawings, but hey, we powered through and now all is coming together. In this video, we're tackling the soil stack. The old one ran internally straight up through the roof with an asbestos pipe for that extra bit of danger. Before we could start that one, we had to pick up a delivery. Brad can literally transport anything in his trailer. Honestly, it's inspiring. I hope to reach that level of logistical wizardry one day. Alright, let's get into it. Time to build a soil stack.
So I've kind of lost my voice, so I am not in a position to really do an amazing talk today, but we are starting some soil pipe work. Now I'll explain it as we go along, as much as I can with my voice. And we've got Brad on site today because he's going to help me. He's going to help me put it up on the outside because we are actually going to take this pipe work outside. So while Brad is excavating a little bit more, I'm getting together what we are going to use to build the actual soil stack. So the soil stack, it's got a variety of things that you can just push it in. You don't need cement solvent for everything, but there are certain bits, like for example the air vent that's going at the top of the soil stack that needs to go outside. You need solvent cement for this. We have decided to take the soil stack outside because it will save space and it's going to be easier. Obviously it's not as sexy, but because it's going all the way to the end, the side of the house, is going to be absolutely fine and it's not going to look too invasive. One thing to consider is when you're actually laying a soil stack under the floor, you need to use the terracotta brown colored stuff. So we've got this, because we have is it a clay pipe, isn't it, Brad?
Yeah, clay pipe we've got there currently.
We've currently got a clay pipe that's broken off already. It's very, very fragile. So it used to be a asbestos sort of cement high pipe there before. So we have cut it off all the way into the ground. It's in the kitchen corner, and we now have to start fitting another one on top of it. So this goes over the bottom bit. This goes in there and you tighten it quite well. It's very important that you look at what you're going to do underground. Are you going to put more cement, more concrete in there, or just rubble? What are you going to do? How is it going to corrode? Because you've also got the rubber inserts that go into the pipe, which are absolutely great, but you need to consider what is the best thing to do so that there's not going to be any issues in the future. And these won't corrode and these will sit just fine if you've put some concrete in there.
First up, we're making sure the area around the old soil pipe is clear. We'll be using an angle grinder to flatten out the rough edges where it broke off because, surprise, it was already cracked. Classic.
So you've got the pipe in there, and we've got this rubber collar that goes on top of it. So that one is a clay pipe. That's the original pipe. That one goes over the top. Obviously, we're going to tighten it, put it in the right position. And on top of that, we've got this one. This is the terracotta splitter that you put on top of that one to connect it. So as you can see, that one sits on top of that beautifully. And from here, we have another attachment that is necessary to give us a little bend upwards so we can go that way. Before we get to that, let's talk about how we're going to exit from this kitchen. This is the boss man that we need to go and sit on top of this bit. So as you can see, it goes in, but unfortunately it goes maybe a little bit too deep for us to go directly outside. So we have to figure out a solution there. On top of that, we are not going to use this bit. We are just going to use that bit, unless we change up and leave it like that and put like a curved split outside, and we put this one on that side. So we have to figure out what we're going to do there. This bit we're going to use for the actual drainage of the kitchen. So that's that sorted. We'll figure that one out. Now, up to this bit. Right, so now we're at the other side. We obviously have the pipe that goes along here, which we have to cut to size specifically how we're going to do it. We have a couple of options here. So we've got this curve here that goes straight through here and just connects the pipe there. We have to figure out how that's going to work and if the bend is going to be enough. Or we might just be able to fiddle something like this, which might give us more options to put through there because it gives us more of a chance to play with the gradient. Or we're going to have a very slight bend and then put another something else on the other side.
Next up, we're prepping the ground, making sure there's enough space for the pipework to lay flat. That way we can adjust the gradient when we need to. And so we measure the pipe and cut it to size because eyeballing it and hoping for the best isn't quite how plumbing works. Once it's cut, we file down the sharp edges, which not only makes it safer but also helps it slide smoothly into the push-fit connection.
So to get the gradient right, there's actually a little trick of the trade. So it's actually to get this level, but with a little bit of an attachment at the end. Let me show you how. So as you can see, we've got a little block of wood and you've got about 1.5 centimeter, which is exactly what we need because my spirit level is about 60 centimeters.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. A lot of technical info coming at you. Let me break it down. So my spirit level is about 60 centimeters. The gradient of the pipe should drop 1 centimeter every 40 centimeter. If you divide 60 centimeters by 40 centimeters, you get 1.5. So if I add 1.5 centimeters to one end of my 60 centimeter spirit level, when it looks level, the pipe is actually perfectly sloped. Great success.
Because my spirit level is about 60 centimeters and the gradient should be about 1 in 40 centimeters or 1 in 110 centimeters. So there you go. So now we're going to attach it with some tape to the end of my spirit level and use it to find the right gradient for the pipe. So as you can see, we've put the attachment that we've measured out for it to be a perfect gradient. So when I put this on there now, it should go perfectly level.
Look at that, the spirit level is bang on. It's almost like I'm a magician.
So that's perfectly level.
Right, time to assemble the rest. We had to get a little attachment to raise the boss section just enough so it would fit nicely through the wall. Apparently you can use fairy liquid as a lubricant for push fit pipes, but we later found out that it's not actually recommended. Oops.
Is that perfect then? Perfect size, yeah? Yeah, that's perfect.
Now for the tricky bit, getting through this ridiculously slim concrete wall without cracking it. Brad put in some serious effort here and I have to say the result was chef's kiss. Mwah! Absolutely perfect.
Alright, I'll see you on the other side. There he is. Yeah, we've got it. Beautiful. Yeah. Alright.
With the holes done both upstairs and downstairs, we could finally start building the stack and attach it to the wall. Oh, and here's a fun visual comparison. My head versus the external wall. Spoiler alert, it's thin, or my face is big, who knows.
So we've measured this out well, we actually did measure it out. We just hoped for the best, and it's perfect. So if you look at this, it's 90 to where the actual bit sits over the actual coupler. And this is perfect. This is going to sit all the way at the top. It needs to be 90 above the window.
This whole setup is to prevent foul gases from sneaking back into the house because, let's be real, nobody wants their home smelling like a sewage treatment plant.
Mud off this pod.
So because this is quite an unusual thing to do, and the clips are quite far away from the wall, as you can see, we've got some clip extenders. So we've glued those together with some solvent cement, same as what you would use to connect the pipes with. So that will hopefully give us a very lovely strong fit to the wall while having it a little bit of an awkward space. But as you can see, it goes lovely and bendy all around the top, the soffits and the gutters. Time to wet test. Let's see how it goes. And the wet test was a success. That's all the soil stack work we will do for now, until the bathrooms go in. Next step, call in building control and get this pipework covered.
Next time.
See that big steel? Yeah, there.
The steels are finally here! Yay! The builder suspended the chimney for us. We've officially removed every internal stud wall, and it's time to say goodbye to that fireplace and load-bearing wall. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so you don't miss it. See you next time!